Hello and welcome to Hamilton's Happy Hour, where today we are taking a look at Topps baseball cards from 1991. And just like one of our recent baseball card openings, this one also has a stick of gum still inside. And no, I'm not going to eat the gum. That gum's 32 years old. Before we get into the pack, I want to remind everybody, check us out online, hamiltonshappyhour.com. You can find links to all of our social media outlets, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. If you're digging these baseball card videos, we've got many more out there to check out. So be sure to subscribe to all of our social media outlets. Give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to this channel as well. But today we again are looking at Topps 1991 Major League Baseball cards, instant win, vintage top cards, plus sweepstakes, win complete vintage sets, total prize value $1 million. And you can see it's 15 picture cards and one stick of bubble gum. There's that gum. We're not eating it. So here, instant win game. There's some rules for free game card and rules. Send a self-addressed stamped envelope to yada yada yada. One request per envelope. Each request must be mailed separately and received by January 8th, 1992. Come on, guys. You're only 3 decades late. All right, let's open up the pack. I can smell the gum. For those of you who were collecting cards back in the day when they put the gum inside, I can smell the gum. And there it is. For you younger kids, yes, they would stick a piece of chewing gum in your baseball cards. And then, yes, we would eat it. We would eat it while going through our baseball cards. But this piece I will not eat. Put it over there. So this is 1991 card, so that means it's for the year of 1990. So these, I'll try to have some 1990 memories for you guys. There's the instant win game. For those of you that want to check out the rules. Opening up the pack. Our first card from the Yankees, Mel Hall, designated hitter, outfield. And look, I think it says 40 years, Topps 40 years of baseball. So there's Mel Hall's stats, looking like he's went from the Cubs to the Indians to the Yankees. So he was on that great 84 Cubs team, which I believe went to the playoffs. They didn't, yeah, I believe it was the Cubs and the Padres that year. And in the East, it would have been Detroit. Detroit wound up winning the whole thing. Detroit and California, maybe? I can't remember, but I know it was Detroit for sure. But anyway, he was on that great 84 Cubs team. Then he went to the Indians, then the Yankees. And you see his year of 90. 12 home runs. He hit 258, so. And he was in 113 games. Next, we get to Omar Olivares of the St. Louis Cardinals. Pitcher. So it looks like this would have been his first full year in the pros. He pitched in 9 games, 49 innings. Next, we have Wayne Edwards of the Chicago White Sox. Pitcher. So this looks like it was his second year in the pros. He was in 42 games, pitched 95 innings, 3.22 ERA. And now we get to one of the legendary pitchers of that generation, John Smoltz and the Atlanta Braves. They had such a great pitching rotation. Smoltz, Maddox, Tom Glavine. Those late 80s, early 90s Mets were an awesome, awesome team. Not Mets, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the Mets because they were Braves rival. But and Tom Glavine actually pitched for the Mets, I believe, after the Braves. Again, these are just flying at the seat of my pants memories. I may be wrong. But John Smoltz with the Braves, great, great career. Hall of Fame, no doubt. So that year he pitched 231 innings. He was 14-11. Where's it? 170 strikeouts, which up to that point would have been his most strikeouts. The year prior he had 168. But yeah, great pitcher, great team during that era. Sticking with the Braves, we got Nick Esaski, first baseman. He went from the Reds to the Red Sox to the Braves. That year, he only played 9 games. Didn't do much that year. Then we're going to Todd Burns with the Oakland A's, pitcher. He was on those late 80s teams with the Bash brothers, Jose Canseco and Mark McGwire. Next, we go to Kevin Mitchell. What year was this? 90 for records of 90? Yeah, so they were 91 cards, so this would have been their stats for 90. 1989, before I even get to the card, 1989, Kevin Mitchell had a monster year with home runs. I remember the baseball card market at that time was blowing up with Kevin Mitchell rookie cards. Everybody thought he was the next best thing. Prior to this, he was with the Mets. And as a young Mets fan, I was like, oh man, we let Kevin Mitchell go. He's going to be great. But in reality, I think that 89 would have been his top year. So yeah, 89. I know we're looking at 90 stats, but 89 he had 47 home runs. I think by the All-Star break, he had 25 or 30 home runs by the... Oh, well, here it is. Oh, no, this is for 90. So, by 90's All-Star break, he had 19 home runs. I think in 89, when he had that monster year, I want to say he had like 25 or 30 home runs by the All-Star break. But yeah, 47 home runs, 125 RBIs in 89. He goes to 35 home runs and 93 RBIs in 90. Still a damn good year. But yeah, look, 84, 86, he was with the Mets, didn't really do much. Went to the Padres, didn't really do much. Really didn't really do much in his first 2 years with the Giants. And then bam. Next card with the Cleveland Indians, Tom Brookins, third base. Don't remember much of this guy, to be honest with you. He bounced around Tigers, Yankees, Indians. Tom's twin brother, Tim, played in the minors from 77 to 78. So yeah, it looks like he played in 64 games in 90. 41 hits, batted .266, 1 home run. Next up with the Pittsburgh Pirates, Zane Smith, pitcher, rocking a mullet. So he went from the Braves to the Expos to the Pirates. That year he was in 11 games, pitched 76 innings, had a 1.30 ERA with 50 strikeouts. Pat Borders, catcher with the Blue Jays. He got the catch off of great Blue Jay pitcher Dave Stieb, I'm sure. So there's Pat Borders' numbers. Next up, pitcher for the Yankees, Tim Leary. "31 games that year, 208 innings, 9 wins, 19 losses. .411 ERA. Pitcher with the Astros, Xavier Hernandez. Pitched in 34 games, 62 innings. He was 2-1, 24 strikeouts, and a .462 ERA. Kevin Bass, outfielder with the Giants. We had Kevin Mitchell, outfielder with the Giants, just a few cards ago. Now we're going to look at Kevin Bass. Brewers, Astros, then to the Giants. Oh, yeah, Kevin Bass was on that 86 Astros team that went to the playoffs against the Mets. That was a great playoff series, that 1986 National League playoffs between the Astros and the Mets. A lot of people still talk about the 86 World Series when the Mets beat the Red Sox, but that 86 playoff series, what was that Astros pitcher's name? Mike, I can't remember the guy's name, but he dominated the Mets. Damn, what was that guy's name? I can't remember his name. Mike Scott. Mike Scott with the Astros dominated the Mets in that National League playoff series. And I believe the Astros and the Mets, they played a extra inning game. My memory may be failing me, but I want to say it was like a 13, 14 inning game, maybe 16 innings. I can't remember, 13 innings possibly. We'll have to Google that. But that was a great, great playoff series, Astros and the Mets. If you remember that series, leave me a comment with some of your best memories of it. But my memories was for sure Mike Scott. Such a great pitcher during that series. But anyway, let's get back to Kevin Bass. He was with the Astros in 86, 87, 88, 89, then moved to the Giants, where he appeared in 61 games, 214 at-bats, 7 home runs, batted .252. Next up is the Reds, Billy Hatcher, outfielder. That late 80s Reds team was pretty good. Barry Larkin, Billy Hatcher. I believe that's the time Eric Davis was around. Who was that catcher they had with the glasses? They had a good little catcher. 90, I believe. Is 90 the year the Reds went to the World Series? Did they win the World Series that year? I can't remember, but for some reason I'm thinking the Reds won the World Series in 1990. Alexa, who won the World Series in 1990?
In the 1990 World Series, the Cincinnati Reds swept the Oakland Athletics.
Yep, Cincinnati Reds swept the Athletics. So yeah, that was a very good team he was on in 90. They won the World Series. And closing out this pack, the manager of the Royals, John Wathan. There's his 1990 team leaders. Look, George Brett hits, George Brett doubles, George Brett triples. Bo Jackson, home runs. Bo Jackson, George Brett runs batted in. Willie Wilson stolen bases, batting average George Brett. Tom Flash Gordon, look at the picture. Tom Flash Gordon was a great rookie. Another guy, we talked about Kevin Mitchell earlier. Everybody was buying up Tom Flash Gordon's rookie card, thinking he was going to be the next big thing. But man, that was a nice little team. George Brett, Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson was so phenomenal. To do the things he did on a baseball field and to do the things he did on a football field, you just had to see it to believe it. And yeah, Tom Flash Gordon, I remember I scooped up all the Tom Gordon rookie cards I could. But that's the end of this pack, and I really think we only got 2 decent ones. John Smoltz and Kevin Mitchell. So that's it for the 1991 Topps Major League Baseball cards. Let me know what you thought. If I brought back some memories, give me a thumbs up. If you want to share some of your memories, leave them in the comments below. And as always, check us out online, www.hamiltonshappyhour.com. And until next time, guys, take care and see ya.